In 1996, Varginha, Brazil, was thrust into the unknown when strange creatures and UFO sightings gripped the small town. What followed was a chilling series of encounters and government cover ups, making this one of the most baffling UFO cases in history. Welcome to Chasing Spiritz, where we explore the strange, the supernatural, and the unexplained. I'm your host, Ethan, and I'm with my co host, Reed.
What's going on?
All right, Reed, what's going on? How's your week, man?
Week was good. Thanksgiving was good. How was yours?
Thanksgiving's good. I ate a lot of food.
Me too. Yeah, we did a family reunion. So everyone brought a bunch of stuff. We had a lot of leftovers.
You know what I tried this year for the first time?
What?
Sweet yams.
Sweet yams.
I've
Interesting.
never had them before.
Isn't that just a sweet potato?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I
So
don't
you've
know.
never had
Maybe
a
I
sweet
said
potato?
yams to my mom, and she was like, she said, yeah. So I guess, yeah, probably sweet potato then.
You've never had sweet potato?
No, I've never had it before. It was really
What?
good.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I've had the fries. I remember like school back in the day that had the fry. No, just wasn't a fan.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Yeah, fries are different. Yeah, you've never had like sweet potato pie or anything?
Nope, never that.
Yeah, we did that this year. We had regular mashed potatoes and we had sweet potato pie with like the marshmallows on top. I don't think it's called pie. I forget what it's called, sweet potato something, but it had the marshmallow melted on top. It was very good.
I've never had that, but it does sound pretty tasty.
What do we got for a topic today? You wouldn't tell me, sir.
Oh, okay. So last week we talked about the cursed objects being this week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
However, I was sitting here doing my research and I was like, you know what we haven't done in a while? Aliens.
So we got another
So
alien.
we're hopping into an alien UFO incident. This is now going to be our second one, and this one takes place in the home country for my beautiful wife, Brazil.
Oh,
We're traveling to Brazil. First time.
is this our first out of country episode?
I think you might be right. Yeah, I think it is
it is.
actually. Wow, we're expanding.
We're expanding. We're going international.
International, baby. All right, so this is the Varginha UFO incident.
Okay.
This is compared to Roswell for Brazil, supposedly. Before we get into it, I want to talk about something very interesting that I found while I was searching this up.
Okay. What do you got?
ET and its Bilu. It's one of the most bizarre and controversial figures in Brazil's alien lore. The story begins in Varginha, a small rural town in the state of Mato Grosso do Sul, in 2007. A group called Daquila Research, formerly known as Projeto Portal. I should have really.
Yo, go get the
all these
wife,
names.
dude.
I know, I wish she was
Have
here
her
now.
pronounce it.
They claimed that they had established contact with a mysterious alien being. This being introduced itself as ET Bilu, enlightened extraterrestrial from an intergalactical federation, who came to Earth with one mission: to help humanity evolve. Bilu wasn't your typical alien. Witnesses described him as a small humanoid figure about 4 feet tall with glowing eyes. He often appeared partially obscured by bushes or shadows, and if you're wondering what an alien like Bilu might have to say to humanity, his main message was simple. It was seek knowledge.
Seek knowledge. Okay. So when was this again?
This is around 2007.
And 2007. That's later than I thought. And so this is not the actual encounter. This is just something fun you found.
This is something funny I found.
Okay.
You'll see why in just a few minutes. I actually have the video to go along with you that I want to show you. One of the
Okay.
first recorded encounters was captured on video and broadcast on Brazilian TV. The footage showed a shadowy figure interacting with people with a high-pitched childlike voice called out from the darkness. Skeptics were quick to mock the footage, claiming it was nothing more than a person in a costume hiding in the bushes. But believers argue that Bilu's wisdom and the teachings of Daquila Research prove there's more to his story. In fact, Daquila Research claims that Bilu has shared groundbreaking knowledge about Earth's hidden history, humanity's spiritual potential, and even controversial ideas about science, like the claim that the Earth isn't round or flat, but convex. While E.T. Bilu's message of enlightenment has inspired some, it's also sparked ridicule, memes, and plenty of skepticism. But whether you believe in Bilu or not, his story is undeniably unique and a perfect example of Brazil's rich tradition of UFO folklore, which brings us the darker, more mysterious case of Varginha. So we'll go into that in a second.
Okay. Why do I feel like Bilu is like? Why do I feel like I know that?
You
Bilu.
might, dude. It's so funny. A lot of people claim that it's a news like prank.
Mm.
But let me see if I can pull up the video. Okay, so that's some of the interview. What do you think about Bilu? Basically, what I understand when I talked to Marina about it, which is my wife, she said that it was very popular in Brazil. Like a lot of people know about this thing. But they say it could be a prank, and some people also believe it. So I don't really know if it's truly a prank that was put on by the news team or whatnot. But I thought it was interesting because I was like, that's so random to find.
Oh, that's hilarious. It's wicked. It's very out there, especially that stupid video. But
That
uh,
video is hilarious because it literally just shows like a little figure in like a bushes somewhere.
I don't know. Did I have a hat on?
I don't know if that was his head. I have no idea.
It looked like a little like hat. That's so stupid.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about it anymore. It's just very weird. I thought it
Oh
was
no,
really
that's
funny.
that's really funny though. 2007's early too.
I
I
know
mean
it wasn't
late
that
for
long
for
ago.
a encounter.
Yeah, 2007. Yeah, supposedly I don't know if he's still there or not, or them. I guess I should say. Maybe I'll ask more details about it later and figure out some more stuff.
No, that's really
But
funny.
that was our opener to the good old Varginha UFO incident. So it's January 13th, 1996, in the city of Varginha in Minas Gerais, Brazil. Varginha is a quiet, unassuming city known for its coffee farms and rolling hills. But over the next week, it would gain international attention from what many call the Roswell of Brazil. Around 1 a.m. on January 13th, a local farmer named Henrico de Freitas and his wife reported seeing a cigar-shaped object hovering over their fields. The object emitted smoke and sparks, making a strange buzzing noise as it moved erratically through the sky. The Freitas family watched in shock as the craft appeared to descend behind a nearby hill. A loud thud followed, and a thick, acrid smell filled the air. Shortly after, military trucks were seen heading toward the area. Over the next few days, rumors of a UFO crash began to spread, with multiple witnesses claiming to see a military conducting operations near the supposed crash site. Some even reported seeing wreckage being loaded onto trucks, though these claims were never officially confirmed. So, to set the scene, basically, a UFO crash lands, similar to Roswell, which
Mm-hmm.
maybe eventually we'll talk about. It crash lands, they see it in the sky first, goes down, boom. And what other information I gathered was that they were saying Brazil and the US are involved in this. So I thought that was interesting too, as they're loading
Huh.
onto these supposed trucks. But it does get a little more interesting. So it's not just UFO we're seeing.
Okay.
So the story took a chilling turn on January 20th when three young women, Liliane, Valkyria, and Katia Silva, had a face-to-face encounter with something otherworldly. As the girls were walking through an empty lot near their home, they noticed a strange figure crouched by a wall. Initially, they thought it might be an injured animal, but as they got closer, they realized it was something entirely different. The creature was described as short, about 4 feet tall, with oily brownish skin that seemed to glisten in the light, a large bulbous head and huge red eyes that seemed almost too big for its face. It had 3 ridges or protuberances on its head, which made it look even more alien. It appeared weak and injured, making small, strange movements as it struggled to breathe. The girls stood frozen in fear before running home, screaming for their mother. According to their mother, the girls were visibly shaken and hysterical, convinced they had encountered something not of this earth. So we have a UFO crashing, and we have a 4-foot tall, brownish skin alien. What do we think so
With
far,
big
Reed?
red eyes, sounds like the Mothman to me.
Big red eyes? I know, interesting, right? Brazil's Mothman?
Could be. It could be. No. That's interesting. So it was like in pain or something. It looked like it was like. Is that what
Yeah, they
it
said
sounded like?
it appeared weak and injured,
Okay.
making small, strange movements as it's struggling to breathe. So,
Would you leave that thing if you? I mean, how old were they? Does it say?
doesn't say. I assume they're
Okay,
probably young because I go back to their mothers.
that's true. Okay, because I was gonna say, if you found that, would you leave it or would you stay with it? I would stay with it to make sure they got into the right hands.
Well, what's the right hands though?
I don't know. Just like imagine you were a part of. I guess the government would just silence you. You'd probably be found dead, to be honest with you. So maybe I wouldn't.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I wasn't gonna go that far, but yeah, I guess you probably would
I'm
be
just saying. I feel
down
like
a little,
like
down a
I
little
feel like
bad.
there's any alien things the general public hasn't heard of, and they can't risk that getting out. you know?
Yeah, I should have looked this up because it was in 1996, right? So I feel like
Okay.
there should be some pictures of this. You'd think, but there's
Well,
like
they left
no.
though.
I know, but I'm saying
Did
like
they go back?
no, but I'm saying I'm surprised they didn't have like a phone or something. There's phones back in 1996. There were not good ones.
No, not with cameras.
No, okay, I guess that would
When
make
did the
sense then.
hold on.
I don't know. I
Fact
actually don't
check.
know.
1999.
Okay, so no
That
cameras.
was the
Okay, that's
first camera cell phone. And it was not like that was in Japan, so it wasn't like everywhere like it is today.
yeah. Okay.
But no, that makes sense. There's still cameras, but they're just not attached to cell phones, so you just don't have them on you all the time.
Yeah. Okay. So that makes sense why there's no photos, but still, I don't know. Seeing a little alien, supposedly alien, injured
Hmm,
is interesting.
I
But
know.
the Silva sisters weren't the only ones to report strange encounters. Over the next 48 hours, several other witnesses came forward with claims of seeing similar creatures in the area. A truck driver allegedly witnessed soldiers capturing a creature near the crash site. He described seeing them place it inside a wooden box, which was then loaded into a military vehicle. A local couple reported seeing a second creature near the woods, matching the description of the one seen by the Silva sisters. And a zookeeper at a nearby wildlife preserve claimed to have seen a strange creature wandering near the animal enclosures late at night. So you have, what is this, 4 other possible witnesses of what happened?
And they were all found dead a week later.
Yeah, I know, right? They were never seen again. Yeah,
uh,
so I mean, the thing about this incident, which I thought was really interesting, is there's a lot of encounters. You know what I mean? It's not just like one person, so it has more validity, I think.
yeah, no, all these encounters at once are crazy. It's almost like the ship crashed and the aliens got out,
Right. Well, I mean that's
wandering
similar to
around.
Roswell because people say that the aliens crashed and then they were like seen on the ground nearby the site, and the military picked them up.
That's crazy. The military is always part of it.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, they know before us, so it makes sense.
Hmm.
So actually, speaking of the military, there's some involvement with the military.
Okay.
By now, military personnel had descended upon the city in full force. Residents reported seeing soldiers in vehicles patrolling the streets, setting up roadblocks, and escorting mysterious cargo out of the city. One of the most controversial claims came from hospital workers at the regional hospital of Varginha, alleged that one of the creatures was taken for medical examination. So, witnesses claimed the creature was still alive when it arrived at the hospital but later died. A doctor who allegedly treated the creature refused to speak publicly, but some nurses reported that the being emitted a strong ammonia like smell and had an unusually warm skin.
Hmm.
Military personnel reported confiscated medical records and warned staff not to discuss what they had seen. So we had the military try to cover this up. What I thought was interesting about this, though, is why would you bring an alien to like a random hospital?
Yeah, you'd think you'd take it to like a research lab, a private one, like a base or something.
You think they would? Maybe they don't have one though, because maybe they don't have like an Area 51 in Brazil.
Oh yeah, forgot it's
I
in
should have looked
Brazil.
this up, but I'm honestly not sure if they have one there.
I'm sure they have military operations there, but like how much of it
Right.
and their means of getting the alien there. And they said it later died. I wonder if this is like the one that was injured, so they were just trying to keep it alive. Maybe that's also
True.
possible.
Yeah, it could have been one the
And
girls
our
saw and then took her
technology
to the
just
hospital.
doesn't. We just don't know how to fix an alien body
Yeah, I don't know. Imagine seeing an alien in a hospital. You're just like going there for a broken bone and there's an alien cruising by.
on
No,
like
thank
on a
you.
stretcher. You're like,
Doctor,
wait.
doctor, scalpel. I know I had a stretcher. Ugh. So another thing about the military, one of the most chilling aspects of the story involves Marco Cherez, a young military police officer who is said to have been involved in capturing one of the creatures. Days after the incident, Marco fell mysteriously ill. He was hospitalized with symptoms that doctors couldn't explain, including severe weakness, high fever, and strange skin irritations. Within a week, Marco was dead.
Was this a military person? I
Yeah,
didn't
so
notice it.
he was a military officer.
Ah, okay. If he wasn't, I was gonna say someone poisoned him because he knew
I
too
know it took
much.
him out, right? Yeah, so yeah, he probably came in contact with the alien, if I had to guess.
Mm-hmm.
So some speculate that his illness was caused by exposure to the creature, which may have carried some kind of toxic biological agent. The military denied any connection, but Marco's family had since spoken out, insisting that his death was tied to the Varginha case. So, looks like the creature might have been his exposure.
It's possible. You think about back when lands were getting conquered
Mm-hmm.
hundreds of years ago, when Europe would like come over to the Americas and stuff. The Native Americans here would get in contact with them. They'd all get super sick because they were susceptible to all the illnesses. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, you're
I
right.
wonder if
Yeah, like
that
the
same thing
pilgrims and all that.
happened. It's
Yeah, it
possible.
seems like that very well could be the case. Because, I mean, I feel like aliens have a lot of radiation attached to them. So I feel like if you're going to get ill, like you'd get sick from radiation. Obviously, there's radiation poisoning. So I
Yeah.
wonder if that's what it was. And I mean, back then, we really couldn't check for that stuff as well because we didn't know about it.
No, that's true.
So I
How
wonder.
much do you believe in I know radiation poisoning is definitely a thing.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%. I totally, I mean, Chernobyl's a good example, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, it's hard because you can't see it.
I know.
So it's just like, it is
And
just an
also,
illness you can't see.
he was in close contact, but wouldn't everyone else around the alien be sick too?
Maybe he
Like
was
the
one of the
doctors
first personnel to get to it, though.
and you think you think the radiation wore off or something?
I think maybe he touched the alien before. Maybe he wasn't like a hazmat suit guy. Think about like when you go to a scene. I don't know. You've obviously seen ET. We were just talking about this
Yeah,
actually, but they had like the hazmat scene where they're all like decked out in hazmats and they went in the
that's
house.
true.
What if he was like one of the first people that got there to see this injured creature, touched it, and then got this poison, radiation poison, or maybe it was just
Mm,
emitted through the air. I don't know.
that is true. Or wherever, maybe in close proximity to like the ship or something, could be
Oh yeah, the
emitting it.
crash site. Yeah, that's a good point too. Could be that. Yeah.
Depends where they
Hmm.
found him, I guess. But yeah, no, that would make sense. I don't know if can you just like straight up die from radiation though?
I think you can die from the poison,
I
like the
thought you
poisoning.
got like cancer. Oh, the poison of it. I thought it like gave you cancer and like all these like other things.
I think you do get cancer. Hold on, let me see.
Which I guess it could be that bad. If the radiation's
Instead
that bad,
from
it could kill you.
acute radiation syndrome, also known as radiation sickness.
Hmm.
Anyways, now we have the cover up. As the story gained international attention, the Brazilian military and government repeatedly denied any UFO activity. Their official explanation? The creature seen by the Silva sisters was nothing more than a homeless man covered in mud. I know, crazy one, right? The military presence in the area was due to training exercise, not a UFO crash. And reports of strange creatures and captured aliens were dismissed as mass hysteria. But many locals weren't convinced. Over the years, more witnesses have come forward with corroborating stories, and UFO investigators have uncovered documents suggesting the involvement of both Brazilian and U.S. military forces. Some believe the U.S. may have been directly involved in retrieving alien bodies or technology from the crash. So, today, the Varginha UFO incident remains one of the most compelling UFO cases in history. While some skeptics point to the lack of hard evidence, the sheer number of eyewitness accounts and the consistency of their testimonies make this story hard to dismiss. For the Silva sisters, the encounter changed their lives forever. To this day, they maintain that what they saw was not human. And for the residents of Varginha, the events of January 1996 are a chilling reminder that sometimes the truth really is out there. So that's the whole case of this quote unquote Roswell in Brazil. What do you think about all this? I mean, we obviously have military involvement. We have random people seeing these quote unquote aliens, UFO crash. We have a sighting of it in the sky.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to dismiss all this info. Obviously, we say this every time. All of this could be faked. The entire thing. That's very well possible. But what I'd like to believe is all these encounters were happening in this area, you know? Um I think
Yeah.
that's too many people. I mean, it's still possible, but it sounds too typical for government. Like I could have guessed what they would have said happened here, right? I don't know about the homeless man. That's a crazy one. but you know, like, oh, we're just doing military training, like all this stuff. It is very interesting that the government and the US got involved. It kind of makes sense. Like, we obviously have a big
Technology difference, maybe.
technology difference, and we have a massive military and a like huge operations with that. So their government reaching out to our government, knowing that we've encountered certain things or whatever, that's not unheard of. I feel like.
I just feel
Um,
like it was so quick though. The response was so fast.
yeah, I mean they're probably ready for it. I bet you there's specific teams that are meant to cover this stuff up.
Yeah, I guess it's a good point. Maybe they brought it back to Area 51 because, like I said, Brazil probably doesn't have like
Yeah,
an
I bet
actual
you that's
military spot for
possible.
them. I don't
What's
know,
crazy
dude.
is to think about if the government actually has all this alien technology and all this stuff,
Hmm.
like why are we not integrating it into our society?
Oh, maybe we have been slowly.
Maybe, but
Like cell phones. I mean, iPhones. You have
yeah, but you
AI
know
at this point.
unless
I don't
all
know.
the people that invented that is made up, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good
Like,
point.
but it happens so slow too. I don't know if they could do it that slow.
Yeah, you're right. I don't
Like if you
know.
have this really like if we brought a cell phone,
Hmm.
I guess not. I guess it's possible because what I'm thinking is if we brought a cell phone back 100 years ago, like a modern cell phone, and we said make this, they would probably make a really crappy version of it and just keep getting better and better. But because they know it's possible, so it's possible that we're building up to something bigger, right?
We could be. Like we could be doing like a foundation for it almost. What I thought was interesting about the story though, before we even get into like the aliens hitting the ground, is the cigar shape of the actual ship because there's not many cigar shaped cases.
Yeah, that is odd, huh?
There's not many. I tried looking online to see if I can find like a bunch more, and there really wasn't any. So I was like, wow, this is like cigar
Different.
shaped UFOs. I'm thinking of them in my head. I don't know, how do you even looks like a roll, right? Like a roller for
Yeah,
pizza. That's what I'm thinking. But I
a
wonder what
roller for
happened.
pizza.
I don't know
What do
why
you
I thought
mean?
of that, but that's
Oh,
like
you
that
talking about
shape.
like a what is that called?
Not the cutter for the pizza, the
No,
actual
that's what I
like
was
dough
picturing at
roller.
first.
I don't know what the
Rolling
name is.
pin.
Yes, there it is. Rolling
There it
pin. Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
I thought you were talking about a pizza cutter. I was like, what are you
No, not a
talking
pizza.
about?
That would have been so funny. Yeah, just cut my pizza here, flying in the sky.
I know normally when these things are made up, it's a flying saucer because
Right.
that's the
Yeah,
most
it's a
alien
saucer
like.
shape. I think triangle with the lights is a common one too. Like they're normally
Mm-hmm.
like a triangle pattern.
Yeah.
But yeah, cigar shape I thought was really interesting. I also wanted to ask you, what do you think about like what happened to this UFO? Why is it crashing? Think an object hit
Huh.
it? Do you think like military shot it down?
I wonder if the
Because the U.S. got here
military.
fast.
Yeah, I wonder if the military shot it down, and that issued the warning, and then they just had to come clean up the
The
wreckage
mess.
and cover everything up. I bet you that's what happened. All developed countries have border security with like not advanced as the US, but I'm sure they have some like you can't just go fly over Brazil without saying you know what I mean? Like they have some sort of
Yeah.
border
Right.
security
You
where
can't just
they
zone in and be like, "Hey, what's up, boys?"
yeah, no, you
Oi,
can't
bom
just fly
dia.
over without permission. So I bet you that's what happened and their military just communicated with ours and they got here and took care of it.
Yeah, I don't know. The alien coming
Homeless
down is
man
weird,
covered in mud is crazy.
dude. I know. How could you believe that? That is such a stupid cover up. I've never heard of a homeless man covered in mud.
No.
Like, all
The big
right,
red eyes too.
maybe.
Like it
Yeah,
could be a kid's
big red
imagination, but
eyes.
because of everything else that happened too, it just doesn't make sense. It has to be something else, you know?
I know. I'm trying to think of what other possible animal it could be. Because I mean, it's 4 feet tall, brownish skin, red eyes, bulbous head. I mean, they have a
And
lot
the
of
eyes look too big for the head. I don't know anything that's like
they,
that.
they have a lot of capybaras around, but that's pretty much the only thing I could think of. That doesn't even resemble any of that. It's just short.
No. 4 feet too, no shot.
Yeah, they don't have oily skin, so
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I don't. I mean, there's dogs, capybaras. I'm trying to think what else is around there. Armadillos, I guess. Or
Did
not
they explain
armadillos.
it to be like
Anteaters.
human like?
They said short, 4 feet tall, oily brownish skin, the bulbous head with red eyes, and like 3 ridges on its head.
Ridges, huh?
Yeah, or
Hmm.
protuberances.
Okay. Yeah, very interesting. Uh, I feel like the military presence alone, it sounds like there wasn't a lot of military in that area, like in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would you do? Think about like our hometown, right?
Okay.
If there was some weird story that people were talking about, and all of a sudden, all over there was military, you know something's up. There's something going on that's not just there. There wouldn't be a random drill in our town. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's what also adds like a lot of credibility. I think you're right. I mean, realistically, if our hometown had a military like that, and someone was like, "Oh, we saw a demon walking around or a demon alien," I think it's going to be more believable because why would they
You
be there?
just know, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things I think is interesting about this one because they cover it up, but do they really? I mean, something
No,
clearly happened.
a drill? It's a military drill? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, I don't know. The reasons for the cover up is just I don't know. Homeless man covered in mud. They were doing a training exercise and mass hysteria, which mass hysteria is absolutely possible. Don't get me wrong, but I think when you have multiple accounts already from that night, it's kind of a little weird because you got the 3 sisters, I mean, you have a truck driver that claimed he saw
Yeah,
something, a local couple, a zookeeper, which that blows my mind because I
that's
don't
a
know why the
crazy
aliens
one.
walking around there. So that's another thing. It's like how many aliens came off this UFO ship? Is there
How
a
many
lot?
came off? Was it only a couple, but they were seen by multiple people?
I mean, supposedly they say a second creature. The couple said they saw a second creature near the woods. So,
Hmm.
is there two? I don't know. But can you imagine seeing this creature walking around?
Dude, the zoo guard guy's probably terrified because his biggest fear is one of the animals getting out or something, and he's probably like, "What is that?"
I know, zookeeper. Oh my god.
Think about that.
I mean, I don't know though. A zookeeper. It's by a zoo though. It's such a random spot for it to walk. But I don't know how close it was to the actual crash site. But
Yeah,
like, how far do these guys walk?
that's true.
That's the thing I don't really know. I don't know how quick the military actually was there, and I have no idea if like the sisters called 911 and the police arrived and the military was involved. I don't know the exact time frame, but I
Yeah.
mean this is 1 in the morning. This is late at night.
Why were the girls out that late?
Well, it's Brazil, bro. They're out late. I can tell you for sure they're probably partying all night.
How
Their
old are they?
bars their bars don't close. I mean you could be 18 and go to parties.
That's true.
Legal age is a little different there, so it's a little different. Wild West out there. But yeah, that's like the whole UFO thing. I tried to look up other encounters in the region. I literally couldn't find anything. I don't know if it's because it's not in English, like it's all in Portuguese. I'm not really sure.
Oh,
I was
a
gonna
lot
have
of
the
the
wife
research.
look. Yeah, because I was like, I don't know if the encounters on, let's say, like Reddit are all in Portuguese or not. Because I tried to dig for some and I couldn't find anything.
Huh.
Couldn't find a single story. I was like, wow, this is kind of
Sounds like
surprising.
the government scrubbed this one pretty good.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know if it's a government scrub or if this just happened and no one talks about it anymore.
That's true. Because I mean,
You know what
this
I
was a
mean?
while ago now. Yeah.
One of the things though I saw was kind of cool. I'm gonna send you this image right now. Their town has a water tower, and it's like the shape of a UFO.
Doesn't that look like an AI image?
That one kind of does, but there's other images, so I know it's real. I can literally pull
Yeah.
up another one. But yeah, it's
That is
weird,
really
right?
cool. It's funny that it's not the same ship that people saw. It's an actual flying saucer.
Well, yeah, I think they just decked it out to be like we had an alien encounter here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
That
yeah, it
is
is
really
weird.
funny.
It is a saucer shaped water tank. I think there's also a few sculptures around the area. Here, I'll send you this one too. So we'll definitely post these pictures on Instagram so you guys can see it as well. If you're listening along, take a look at the Instagram. You can see the pictures. But this is like the
Oh,
like an alien little sculpture. So I think they had the town decorated. I didn't ask Marina. I don't know if she's ever really been there, so I don't really know.
that's really cool.
But yeah, is that really funny?
Yeah.
So that's the Roswell UFO incident, which or well, Roswell of Brazil incident. Before we hop into rating, let's talk about the ET Bilu. What are your thoughts on that?
That one's crazy. If I have to believe one and have to not believe the other, I
Mm-hmm.
think the Bilu guy is way less believable.
It's just
Especially
so
because it's
funny.
like, if you're getting it on camera like that, wouldn't why would you not show it? like actually.
Yeah, I mean they kind of do, right? I mean it's
A
not really the
little,
best
dude.
quality. I definitely am gonna put a segment in so that, they can't see it, but I wish they could.
We'll put
I'll
it
put some
on.
in the
We can put Bilu on Instagram too.
yeah, we'll post a clip of it on Instagram. But yeah, no, I mean they show it in the bushes like moving around. But
Yeah, but
it
like
could just be
you
a
wouldn't
person.
yank that thing out and be like, "Look at this." like you're just asking people to not believe it if you don't show it.
True. It's funny too because one of the people in the comments says it was on one of the biggest networks on Brazil, like in
One of the
Brazil, it was on
biggest
one like
news
news.
stations.
Yeah, isn't that
Huh?
wild?
Yeah.
So like I don't know because it's weird because why would you prank if you're gonna prank everyone, right? Probably wouldn't do it on the biggest news thing because a lot of people would believe it.
So it sounds like not a prank. It sounds like it's just a made up thing because they don't come out. If it's a
Mm,
prank, you say it is after, right?
I think so.
Sounds
Well,
like
yeah,
they
I
didn't.
guess you'd have to claim it, right?
Sounds like they just kind of did it to do it. A bunch of people believe it. I don't know. It could be real. It's just very odd to not get actual proof,
Yeah, ET Bilu, an
especially if it's
absolute
right in front of you and
mystery.
you have a camera. You know what I mean?
True, and it wasn't that long ago. This is like early 2010s, late 2000s.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
It definitely is an interesting thing. I'm glad I threw it in here, but it was so random.
You know what I just thought about?
But
It's a 7 year. The dog man. It could be the dog man.
oh, it's the Brazilian dog man. Oh, that'd be
No,
crazy.
I'm just
That
kidding.
would
But
be
it is a 7 year,
crazy.
dude. But yeah, the Bilu stuff is crazy. I don't think it's as believable. I think the other one is absolutely possible. Just because of like the turn of events. Yeah, like the crash, all the sightings, the cover ups are so typical. Like you just know that's what they're gonna say, right?
Right.
They didn't really try on the cover ups. So I know it's entirely possible. The US military being involved, why would the US military be here for a training exercise? It's just too odd.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's bizarre to think of the military being there so, like I said, so fast, and then yeah, having some sort of training occurring after a cigar-shaped UFO crashes. What are the chances, right?
Yeah, that's too odd.
No, it definitely is. It's funny because I'm looking at the information thing where I gathered some of the resources, and I can see the pictures of the three sisters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just found the pictures of them and their mother, which is kind of funny.
Oh, it's three? I thought it was two.
Yeah, it's three. It's the
Oh,
Sylvia
okay.
sisters. Uh, but yeah, no, I'm just looking at it. There was other encounters actually with a jogger too.
Hmm.
It said they had previously served the military reserve soldiers in the Satana district. The jogger noticed soldiers in camouflage carrying light rifles and sidearms moving to the railroad line.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. In the time frame too, when the aliens were captured, it says that there was two aliens were captured at the time. One was captured in the morning, the second in the afternoon. The first creature was captured by the fire department after they received a call about a strange animal, which is
That's
weird.
insane.
Yeah, so there was two creatures, so we can confirm that now. There was only two, supposedly. I mean, there could have been more, right?
There was only two because they both got captured.
And they both got captured. Unless there's a third running around Brazil going crazy. Who knows? It's
Still
very
there.
possible. That'd be pretty weird. It's just part of the people now.
Oh my god, they're shapeshifters.
Yeah, so you find the Varginha one more believable.
Yeah, out of the two for sure. I mean, Bilu's cool. I wish Bilu was real, but like, it's too weird. You know, like, especially having a video of it, you wouldn't want to prove it.
Hmm. Agreed. So let's rate this on the spooky scale, I suppose.
Okay.
Let me hop into the rating scale. So 1 star, not scary. 2 stars, slightly unsettling. 3 stars, somewhat creepy. 4 stars, seriously spooky. And 5 stars, terrifying. Reed, where do you rate the Varginha UFO incident?
This is a 1.5 for me.
Really, a 1.5. Lower
Yeah.
on the scale, huh? Not so scary?
Yeah, nothing really came of it. They didn't. I mean, obviously the guy got sick,
That's
but
true.
I don't know. It's just not very scary for me. and the government got to it so quick that nothing actually happened.
Yeah, I think there wasn't really any threats, right? I mean, there was really no.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it. It didn't seem like they were like aggressive.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I know that
It's a little sad.
it is.
Aliens got taken out.
Yep, they they just cleaned it up, took their tech, never to be seen again.
They're gone. Yeah, I think I agree with you on the 1.5. I think honestly, I'd probably rate this maybe 2 stars. I think it'd be a little creepy to see the alien or quote unquote homeless man in the corner.
Yeah, that would
But
be creepy. But
other than that, it's really nothing all that amazing. It's a cool story. It's crazy that there's another quote unquote Roswell incident in Brazil. I think that's wild. I love that. Shout out Brazil. But yeah, I mean overall, cool story, but nothing creepy, nothing too scary.
yeah, no, I thought it was very interesting. I'd like to believe it too. From all the like accounts, you know.
Yeah, we definitely got to keep up on our aliens because, like I said, it's been like a while since we've done an alien episode.
I know.
When I was looking at it, I was like,
an
"Whoa!"
alien episode yet. I'll have to do one.
Oh, true. You haven't done an alien one.
So I'll have to find an interesting one.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a ton. The one in Japan. There's another one in Brazil that I definitely want to do later on.
Okay.
I think it's VS Boy. Yeah, there's a Japan one. That one's wicked funny. It's about like starfish. We'll get into that one.
Well,
True. All right. Well, make sure you guys check out the Instagram because we're gonna be posting the pictures for this episode on there. Follow us on TikTok, YouTube, subscribe, Spotify. Hit that follow button. We're trying to grow, trying to get numbers. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Last week was Annabelle. It's pretty good. Pretty solid.
Go check out our other ones if you're a first time listener. We have plenty of content. What was our other alien episode called?
Oh, the Andreasen affair. Sorry, it took me a second to think about that.
Andreasen affair. So if you like alien stuff, go pop onto that one. That's a cool one too. That one's in the US.
Definitely. Also, submit your stories to chasingspirits.com. If you have anything paranormal, ghosts, aliens, UFOs, please submit. We're looking for some good stories to tell on the podcast.
Even if you know of someone who has a story and you want to just tell it on their account, we just want to get some stuff moving. So we have a couple of submissions in there, but we might do
locked and ready to go.
Yeah, we might get an episode going with that. Or if it's interesting enough, maybe we'll reach out and get more info. Because, yeah, no, I've never had an encounter of anything before, and Ethan, sounds like you haven't had anything crazy either. So we're interested to hear what people have witnessed.
I know, nothing worth like a full episode or a half episode, even if it's a small story. Actually, no matter what, we'll
build with it. Maybe it'll give us ideas on other episodes.
True. Anyways, much love. See you guys next week. Reed, send us out.
We'll see you on the next episode, Chasing the Spirits That Haunt Our World.